Hey, it's Paul again. Welcome back to Anti-Fragile Living. You know, if you feel like you're far from your ultimate financial goals, if you feel like retirement is a pipe dream right now, it seems like time has passed you by and you thought you'd be a lot further financially than you are right now, might be time to sit down, reflect, take a long look at yourself, look in the mirror, because some of the answers might be staring back at you. But if they are, that's actually good news, and I'll go over why near the end of this video. Let's take a walk and talk about it. If that sounds like you, well, hey, we all splurge once in a while, right? But just don't wonder where the money is. Second reason is maybe you just haven't found your why yet. Maybe you just don't want it bad enough, or you haven't tapped into what motivates you. Being successful is very hard work. Being successful with money is very hard work. It takes discipline. So just like dieting or something else that's hard, if you don't know why you want to be successful, you probably won't get there. You're just not motivated enough. You're not inspired to push through the struggles. And there will be many, many struggles. Life is hard. And by the way, these don't have to be noble reasons. You don't have to have a noble why. Maybe you say you grew up poor and you're just done, D-O-N-E, with that kind of life, and you want to have a better future for you and your family. Could just be that you want to drive luxury cars and have a house overlooking the ocean. Could be you think if you're rich, you get more women that way. It could be that you're just a very competitive guy, and you like to come out on top, and that's how you keep score. You keep track of the numbers, keep track of your bank account. Or it could be that your ultimate goal is to give back to the world, and your goal is to make $100 billion in your lifetime and give it all away at the end of your life and make the world a better place. All legitimate goals. Could be all a strong why. It's personal to you. You have to know what motivates you. I'm not going to judge on what's better. I can judge on what's better than some are better than the others, but it has nothing to do with motivation. If you have that strong why, that strong inspiration, that will drive you. So if you haven't found that yet, you need to tap into why you want to be successful with money. Next reason is maybe you play the victim too much. Do you have a victim mentality without even knowing it? Some people do. If you've ever thought the reason you haven't made it in life is because other people are lucky, or they have unfair advantages, or they know someone, and that only the rich stay rich, or the rich get richer, or there's a glass ceiling, or that people of color can't make it, or to get rich you have to suck it up, or flirt with people to get to the top, or your family just isn't good with money, or you're not smart enough and you just don't have the right degree, and on and on and on, and the weather and gravity, and on and on and on. Well, that kind of thinking, it's just not useful. Are there disadvantages and biases and prejudices in this world? Absolutely. However, is it possible in this world for anyone to be successful with money? Absolutely it is. Just look around you on a typical day. Not here because we're in nature, but go out for a drive, go out for a walk sometime. You see all those roads, the bridges, the cars, the trucks, the Amazon trucks, the UPS trucks, the delivery trucks, the railroads, the buildings, the golf courses, the fast food places, the restaurants, the iPhones. All these things represent commerce. It's the global economy at work, humming, getting it done. Capitalism at work. Many of these things are made and produced and created here in the United States, if you happen to live here. This is probably the best time and place on earth to be born if you want to have a chance at making money. The world is super connected, and it's got a thriving global economy. And it's largely very fair, I have to say. If you have a good idea, and or you work hard, and or you provide value in some kind, and you spend less than you earn, that's important too. There's no reason why almost anyone can't be successful with money in their lifetime. Like I said, are there other problems? Yes. But opportunity is not one of them in this global economy, this global age we live in. Even if you got screwed over one time, things do happen, yes. There are things, the system happens, things happen, disappointments, prejudices, unfairness does happen. But even if that did happen to you, you have to just try to move on. And there are the other opportunities out there. There's millions and millions of opportunities. They're not waiting for anybody. There's a life to be had out there, a fortune to be grabbed. So you have to just suck it up, take a deep breath, get centered, get back on your feet, and put this on your shoulders. You can do this. And the next thing on the list, and this is definitely one that I have fallen into and do fall into sometimes, is just being too comfortable. It's kind of the opposite of the victim mentality. You just think things will happen or they'll work out for you. It's kind of like entitlement, I guess, but maybe not as negative. Many Americans who grew up in middle or upper class households with if you have good family life, you had good schools, maybe you identify with this. It's just been too easy. The easy is wonderful a lot of times, but it's not the best teacher in life, right? It doesn't give you the best life lessons. And I believe that really the secret to America's success has been the constant influx of immigrants over its history. The immigrants are what drive this country, and they have not had it comfortable. From the earliest days here, we've had people, if you go back 300-400 years, people that came to America there were people that were persecuted for religious reasons. They were adventurers, people who just wanted to get out and experience life, pirates, criminals, all these people who were escaping something. And they're super happy and super motivated to be here. Their success, of course, once they got successful, they pulled many other people to come here from Ireland, Italy, Germany, Scandinavia, Poland, China, Cuba, Mexico, so on and so on. These people who get here, though, people who get here now, people who got here 400 years ago, the people who are floating in inner tubes across the ocean from Cuba, people who are walking through Central America through the Darien Gap, facing all the horrors of that place. If you get here and get into the country, you really want to be here. You really appreciate it. And I know the same goes for Europe and even other places in the world that people struggle to get to. The immigrants will outwork you, out-hustle you, outsmart you, outthink you. So you think they're going to waste their opportunity when they get here? Not a chance in hell they're going to waste it. So you have to have that mindset. Don't get comfortable. You have to hustle, and it's tough. It's tough. All right, then the last thing on the list that I think might be holding you back from financial freedom is you got to have a plan. You got to have goals. You got to have written down goals that you're striving to achieve. You have to have a checklist. You have to have measurable goals, stretch goals. They can be wild goals. They can be far out, but you have to have something to strive for. And you have to have big goals and mini goals. So break them out into chunks, whether that's subtasks based on difficulty or just based on timeline, how long it'll take. But write down the goals, and then write down what it will take you to achieve those goals. What do you need to do? What kind of help do you need from others? What kind of education do you need? What kind of skills do you need? What do you have to do to produce those results? If you have no goal, you don't know where you're going. And again, this is when I've been guilty of it as well. You just have this vague goals like, oh yeah, I want to get promoted, or I want to have a better life, have a better job, or yeah, I want to be rich. Sure, I want to be rich. But it really helps strengthen your mind and tighten the discipline if you have this vision. Once you have a vision, you start writing down ways to get there. Once you have details and ways to get there, your mind starts thinking of how to make that happen. And the more detailed, the better. Because if you make it more detailed, now your mind's done half the work. And so it's just easier to go out and execute that plan. And if the plan's too far-fetched, then, the more detailed you get, the more you realize that this is not possible or likely to get this kind of goal. So maybe you switch the goal. And of course you can switch goals. You can switch the plan at any time. But having the details, having the game plan is essential for getting you where you're going. So what do you think of this list? Did any of these help you? Sometimes it's harsh to hear this criticism of yourself, that you have to look in the mirror and the problem mostly lies with you. But the good news is that it lies with you. That means you're the one responsible. That means you're the one who can change it. Life happens. We're all in this world together, and some people have different inputs, different things happen to them. But we all have choice. We all have the ability to take action. And like I said, there's never been a better time in history to go make your fortune. And I truly believe we all have the ability to do that in different ways. So if this video inspired you, please leave a comment. Let me know if I'm crazy. Let me know if you agree. What's been especially those of you who've had experience and have had success. please leave a comment and help others. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the video and all that stuff. And thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.